me up like, hey, B, I need you to hook me up with another intro. I got a new radio show. It's Black Rosebud, Morris Media Live. I'm like, let me get my nigga Fat Man the Great. And we gonna lay it down like this.
Riding in your car, listening to your beat. Tune in to the radio station. He supply the heat. Gotta keep you laughing with comedy can't compete. Black Rosebud Uncensored Show, bow at his feet. Black Rosebud Uncensored Show, Black Rosebud Uncensored. Black Rosebud Uncensored Show, Black Rosebud Uncensored. Yeah.
I gotta give it up, twisting up the dub for my nigga Black Rosebud. Putting all his business on black, not giving a fuck. Baby mama drama, charges Trump. My nigga on Facebook Live, suited and booted, keeping it fly. Explain to the judge, his baby mama is a lie. All charges dismissed, back on the scene. Hustle for this comedy, still on GR like hustle for the EBT. You gotta grind to make it, not talking bling, but you gotta shine and take it. Got the hood on our backs like let's see where this dream will take us. All of these fakers, snagger pussy motherfuckers, nothing but haters, pussyfoot, bomber clod punk motherfuckers. My nigga Black on the mission to roast all you motherfuckers. Tickle your funny bone with the Ghetto Fabulous game show. Probably has some bitches twerking, visual for the internet folk. Keeping it lit, Black Rosebud and the Uncensored Show.
Riding in your car, listening to your beat. Tune in to the radio station. He supply the heat. Gotta keep it laughing with comedy can't compete. Black Rosebud Uncensored Show, bow at his feet. Black Rosebud Uncensored Show, Black Rosebud Uncensored. Black Rosebud Uncensored Show, Black Rosebud Uncensored. Yeah. Black Rosebud Uncensored Show, Black Rosebud Uncensored. Black Rosebud Uncensored Show, Black Rosebud Uncensored. Yeah.
Chris like that, so Chris want to know where he can play that. Chris, that's only available right now on this channel on my Dropbox. I will have to get your information and shoot you a Dropbox, and you can be driving around playing that song, Chris. You know what I'm saying, with your basketball training and all that, Chris. What's up, Star Jammer in the house? Who else up in the house? Captain Kirk, always in the house. Captain Kirk, you can't even see this racist shit right here. I waited for it to download once again. You know what I'm saying? I'm loading this. I was in the street passing out flyers and I was editing this video as I went home. I just literally finished about 8:58. I literally finished at 8:58. So you got to go with me just like the earlier video. I just put some clips together, but it's going to come together at the end. You know what I'm saying? If I was editing, it's going to come together at the end. Because first of all, we all know Joe Biden just signed this Asian hate bill. Joe Biden signed this Asian hate bill about Asians getting hated on by all type of people. You know what I'm saying? But we know that the only person or the only people that the Asians are getting assaulted by are black people. And ain't none of them black people Trump supporters. Not in New York, not in San Francisco, not in Houston, none of them attackers are Trump supporters. They don't want to talk about who these people supposedly support. They probably sponsor Black Lives Matter. Huh? Black Lives Matter probably promoting this shit. But I don't want to add no accusations. Allegedly. I don't want to know. Would you say a disclaimer or some shit like that? Or yeah. What do you say? Allegedly or disclaimer or some shit like that. Yeah. You know, I'm not going to say alleged.
You don't know.
Jennifer in the house. What's up, Jennifer in the house? Jennifer in the house. Mark Ratliff. My boy Mark always up in the house. But, oh, is it finished downloading? Let me see if this thing finished downloading yet. Finished downloading, right? All right, it's finished downloading. Let me go to my Dropbox right here. Let me go to the Dropbox because it's done downloaded. Where we at? It's right over, it should be over here somewhere. It should be over here, but it's not over here. It should be loading and popping up right now sometime. But what I want to prove is Joe Biden keep on hollering this racist shit. Joe Biden hollering that America is racist, Asian racist, and Joe Biden created the most racist crime bill that affected black people since the history. Okay, you changed 6 files. Okay, since the history of racism, right? And I don't understand how it's an Asian hate bill. Think about it. It's an Asian hate crime bill. Asian hate crime bill. Asian hate, this has been popular what? The last year? The last 2 years you've been seeing it on the news? You ain't seen it in the news 3 years ago, 10 years ago, but in our community, we knew about Asian and black function. They've never been to this extreme, but we always knew about it, right? So, what? No. It's only been hot talking about on social media, you know what I'm saying? They talking about crime bills and stuff like that. Asian hate, it's been a popular thing, you know what I'm saying? In the 90s, we had Latasha Harlins, 80s and stuff like that. But right now, it's really popular. They creating Asian gangs and all kind of shit. And everything is based on racism, right? Everything is based on racism, right? Now, what I don't understand is how black people been through slavery, fucking Jim Crow, segregation, we've been bombed at fucking Black Wall Street, right? We supposedly had been deprived and been oppressed for 600 years, right? We recently been getting killed by the supposedly KKK and the white supremacy and the police and all this old shit, right? I haven't heard one, we getting blacks killing blacks and all kind of shit. I haven't heard one person come up with a black hate crime bill. Like if we find out you assault somebody black and it's a hate crime, we're gonna prosecute you for it. Where is the black hate crime bill? We can't get one? All the shit we've been through, we can't get an Asian, we can't get a motherfucking black crime bill for lynching us, for hanging us, for dragging us in the car, for all that. We can't get a black hate crime bill. But the Asians can get one in a fucking year, and we can't get one in 200 years. Where the black people's at? Huh? Can you answer me that, Jennifer? Who is that, Foku? Can you answer me that, Foku? In the chat if I'm pronouncing it right. Huh, Chris, can you answer? Where is the black hate crime bill? Hold on, is this the video? Let me see, is this the video? I was gonna try and see, is this the video? I doubt if this the video, but it said it finished downloading, damn it.
Violent crime and the fear it provokes.
Oh, this is it. My bad, this is it. But first of all, before we start the show, this show is sponsored by, you know what I'm saying? When I do live, I'm gonna put their names in the skit. Susan Lawrence. Clap for Susan Lawrence. Clap. Woo. I said clap. I didn't say holler. James Touchett. Clap for James Touchett. I didn't say woo. You said the Ric Flair shit. Holler for my boy Tom. Okay, you said woo. You said woo. You hollered. No, I said okay. You didn't clap that time. Holler for my boy Robert. Holler. Okay, you supposed to say yeah. You know that ain't no holler. I didn't say. You know what? Holler. No, that was too not ghetto enough. They're gonna think you white or some shit. Don't come up here and doing no fucking shit if you can't be ghetto. You know what? Cancel that. You know what I'm saying? No, you know what? They want to be up here thinking I'm white girl. And this girl is black as Shaka Zulu. I ought to show you a picture. She is black. She's so black, Africans come at her and be like, where you from? She's like, I'm from over here. Like, no, you are from over there. They're like, you are not from here. You are from over there. The Africans get it. They think she blacker than the motherfucker. God damn. That's bad right there. That is bad right there. Now, we all know The most racist crime bill ever invented was the 94 crime bill. Ever invented was the 94 crime bill, right? And this is the author of it. You know what? Bill Clinton said the 94 crime bill was needed.
Violent crime and the fear it provokes are crippling our society. The crime bill before Congress gives you a chance to do something about it. A chance to be tough and smart.
Tough and smart. Tough on niggas and smart and lock their ass up. Who did the crime bill affect most? Black folks. Who did the Asian hate crime bill affect the most? Black folks. Huh? That's the second hate crime, a crime bill, or some shit kind of shit that Joe Biden signed that was going to affect black folks. But we don't want to talk about that. I don't see no white people beating no Asian people ass. I don't see no Hispanics beating Asian people ass. I don't see no Mexicans beating Asian people ass. I don't see no Hawaiians beating Asian people ass. I don't see no goddamn Afghanistanians beating Asian people ass. I don't see nobody with niggas beating Asian people ass. Nobody but niggas. And that's what this was about. It was about niggas robbing because they didn't care about, look, I lived in the 90s. I lived in the gang era when the homicide, they talking about, look, they talking about right now, Chicago had a weekend, right? It was 48 people shot this weekend, right? And 5 people dead, you know, a couple of people injured, nobody in jail and shit like that, right? In the between 88 and 89, 88 and 92, 93, before the 3 strikes happened, right? And they started locking niggas up, right? That was an average motherfucking day, right? I mean, that was 5 niggas getting killed in one drive-by. You think about it. Right? Because it wasn't no hanging in the house. These junks were hanging in the house. You have to get caught slipping nowadays. Back in the days, it was a crowd of niggas in the street. If you threw a bullet in the air, you'll hit 5 niggas in the crowd. Huh? That's how crowded it was. It was gang banging. You had to stand on the block. It wasn't no cameras. It wasn't no cell phone cameras. Oh, here these niggas come. We coming over there. No, nigga. If you at the store and these niggas happen to see you and they thirsty, your ass is gonna die, right? You can Google this. The murder rate every year was over 2,500 from 1988 to at least 1992. That was the height of when I was doing my thing, right? It was literally 3 funerals a day. You can get killed going to a motherfucking funeral. You go to a funeral and be in a shootout with another nigga at the funeral. Like they're the niggas over there that killed the nigga right here. Let's go get these niggas. You at the funeral with the nigga that killed this nigga because in the drive-by, you killed one of theirs. And it's only one place everybody get buried in Los Angeles, the Inglewood Cemetery. You raise enough money, you get buried over there, and your ass gonna get shot. You go to a funeral and fuck around and die. Ain't that a bitch? So the shit is going on in Chicago. It's crazy because ain't nobody's going on right now. But back in the 90s, in the 80s, that wasn't shit in Los Angeles. 5 niggas get shot. Hey, look, that's why people right from the 90s and shit like that, when we gang bang, they was talking about, oh, this person died from the police. Oh, why you making fun of them? Look, back in the days, your mama would make fun of the motherfucker getting shot. She would even talk to you about the motherfucker getting shot. Like, you better keep your dumb ass out the street before you get shot like that nigga down the street. Like, what the fuck? My the homie dead. Well, you gonna end up just like your homie, you getting shot in the motherfucking head. You better stay your ass in the house. Like, oh, mama's vicious. She'll tell you keep your dumb ass when you get shot like that stupid motherfucker. Like, damn. So we grew up not giving a fuck about death. It was normal. Seeing 5 or 6 motherfuckers die in your face at one time. All around. Come outside. You boom, boom, boom. There were bullet holes. Oh, the homie dead. You going to the funeral.
But after the president signs this bill today, our work will not be done.
Wait a minute, your work will not be done. What the fuck is, what more you gotta do? What more you want to do for black folks? You're gonna sign the bill, you create a task force, you got motherfucking phone callers and motherfucking snitches and shit like that. What more is you gonna do? What more laws are you gonna force on black folks because of the Asian hate crime bill? And what if it's a mutual crime? What if it's a mutual combat? Right? Can the Asians automatically say, wait a minute, he assaulted me? Because in my neighborhood, we got some Asians around here that don't give a fuck. They would get catch the fade, got guns, gang bang, braids, all that shit, tattoos. They not the little Asians you see on TV. Sell drugs, fight dogs, got the drugs, got pounds of weed, gang up in a penitentiary. Huh? It's sometimes, there's plenty of videos out there when Asians beating the shit out of black people at the hair salon.
It's just beginning, but I'm confident we can do this and so much more.
They want to do that and so much more.
Here is the truth. Racism exists in America. Xenophobia exists in America.
Hold on, bitch. If racism exists in America, how the fuck is you vice president? How the fuck is your Asian Jamaican ass supposed to be black vice president, huh? How did the nigga before Donald Trump was a black president, supposedly? How the fuck is it racism? You invited a whole black family to the White House, moved him out, moved the white man in, and then moved the supposedly black female in. How's that fucking racism? You got Tim Scott, a senator in South Carolina, in a all fucking white fucking district. How is that racism? You got niggas on TV talking about white folks like a fucking dog, calling them racist, dumb, Trump supporters, ignorant, anything you can name up under the sun. You got Joy Reid, you got Don Dick Sucking Lamone, you got Al Sharpton, you got Mr. What's that nigga name that got the funny head old motherfucker? Listen, my brother, you got to listen. The education of the black man and the physiological education of the black man, my brother. You ain't getting it, my brother. Nah, there's another nigga. What's his name in the chat? What's the nigga name with the wild hair look like the nigga off of Maxwell Daddy?
Dr.
Now they finna tell me his name. You got to see it, brother. What's that nigga name?
Claude Anderson.
You don't know it. No, that's not his name. What's the nigga name? Somebody finna give me his name. He be on Don Dick Sucking Lamone show all the time. My brother, the education of the suckers like a that nigga name, not Don King. That nigga sound like Don King. RJ, man, you're wrong. It's not Don King. RJ, man, is wrong. Don King was never on CNN unless he was talking about making some money. What's the nigga name? Not Camel Toe. That's this bitch. What's that nigga? What's that nigga? I forget his name. You know his name. You gonna see him one time. RJ, that is not his name though. Somebody should have had his name. Diva, you should have had his name. Jennifer, you should have told me his name. Somebody should have had this nigga name. Cornel West. That's the nigga name. Cornel West. Wonder why is Cornel West. I got it. Boom.
Anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, homophobia, transphobia. It all exists.
Bitch, you know China is watching this. This bitch don't know China is watching this shit. Bitch, China is gonna use this against us in a court of law.
Xenophobia exists in America.
Look at this.
Anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, homophobia, transphobia. It all exists. Xenophobia exists.
I'm confident we.
This bitch don't know China is watching this. Bitch, you just said our country is fucked up. We racist, sexist, I don't give a fuck. Whatever it is, we in. Bitch, China is watching. We're gonna go to a meeting and we're gonna be like, hey, China, you need to get your shit together. China gonna be like, motherfucker, what? We need to get our shit You ain't got this bitch on here saying xenophobic, homophobic, Romophobic, catphobic, arachnophobia. This bitch done got everphobia in the motherfucking book. Racism do exist. China like, oh yeah, bitch, keep talking. Keep on talking.
We can do this and so much more.
Here is the truth. Racism exists in America. Xenophobia exists in America. Anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, homophobia, transphobia, it all exists.
How many was
And I
that?
believe with every fiber of my being that there are simple core values and beliefs.
Yeah, you know what? He got to believe it with every fiber in his being, because he can't believe it with every cell in his brain, because that wouldn't be none. What's that little? Oh, I didn't mean to fast forward it.
Transphobia, it all exists.
And I believe with every fiber of my being that there are simple core values and beliefs that should bring us together as Americans.
Look, whoa, that was bringing
The
together.
J
That was a fair
train
fight.
is brutal.
Look, the Asian dude was swinging back until the black dude got the upper hand. He was swinging back. So how is this a hate crime if the nigga swinging back? He got a couple of licks in. Bing, pop, boom, 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 boom. Then the black dude just took over. Huh? So how is this a hate crime if the nigga fighting back? It's not his fault. He got his ass whooped. Well, it is his fault. The nigga should have knew karate or something. No racism. I didn't mean no China or no Wuhan, whatever the fuck they gonna call it. But he should have had some skills on that train. Nigga, you look, there's two Asian people right here. You can tell by their head they Asian. They ain't done shit. They sitting on the train watching it. Them three little motherfuckers should have jumped his ass.
Flew both ways until they didn't. Eventually, an Asian man passes out after getting punched, choked.
You damn right. Look, he passed out. That's what's gonna happen when you get into a fight. You get choked and the shit punched out of you. Right? That was a fair fight.
Makes you think twice about taking the train.
The NYPD's
look, he
Hate
gotta
Crimes
get
Task
some in,
Force
look.
is reviewing it, working to learn when this happened, what prompted it, and who this man is.
It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth.
And so
It doesn't matter, right? So all that stuff on that train, it doesn't matter. Sign a bill and lock their ass up. The same thing he doing then is he doing now. But all the crimes being happening against black folks, he ain't got nothing to say. He done went to court. He done saw people's daughters. He done signed crime bills and all that. Crime bill is for everybody, nigga. It's not for no black people specifically. That's for white people too. White people get shot by the police more than niggas. I know white people like, thank you. You mean to tell me black people get shot, black people on the news, but we get shot the most and we get rewarded for it? Niggas, thank you. Thank you for getting the police, because now I'm white and I can get away at a better chance. I got a better chance of getting away. Good looking out niggas, because more white people in high speed chases, more white people get shot by the police, more white people assault the police, more white people shoot the police than niggas. You just help white folks out. How you feel, niggas? They shoot white folks on cops every motherfucking day with knives and shit. White motherfuckers be coming up with knives and high on drugs and shit and all kinds. Police shoot the shit out of them. Pow, pow. Put it down, Robert. Robert, come on. We can talk to you. Robert like, I didn't want to talk. Pow, pow, pow. The police shoot white motherfuckers every day, but only the niggas get on TV. You gotta Google white folks getting shot. You gotta find white folks getting shot, but niggas get shot all the time. Google it. You know what I'm saying? Niggas get shot, tased, all that shit. White folks be getting shot. Look, it's redneck. It's a redneck right now, drunk in motherfucking Mississippi, right? And the police is at his door right motherfucking now, and he talking shit with a rifle. and if the police don't get off his property, it's gonna be a problem. So what if his wife is up in there and she crying? She had an attitude, and he had to talk to her about it. And something else happened, and he don't want to discuss. And she don't want to discuss either. So get off his motherfucking property, or it's gonna be a problem. Huh? Niggas run and niggas run to get away from the police. White folks run to get a better aim. I'm gonna run so I can get a better distance so I can shoot the nigga. There's a difference.
So the work to address injustice, wherever it exists, remains the work ahead.
I forgot who said that. Mark, you right about that, Mark. She done lock all kind of niggas up for weed, right? Under Kamala Harris, the disparity, whatever that word is, disparities or whatever, because I know the short word, I don't know the long word with the S on it, right? But the difference between Mexicans and percentage between Mexicans and blacks and people like that getting locked up was huge under Kamala Harris. And she was the attorney general. It was more niggas locked up under her. They made a billboard with all the niggas she locked up with her face on it. Huh? It was 1 million niggas or something like that with her face on it. They made 1 million niggas look like her. You right about that, Mark. What's up, Brandy? You late, Brandy. How you? Can't stand that bra. There's a lot of people can't stand it. Cut up neck. Oh, she ain't got the big shoulder pads on today. This bitch got more pantsuits than Hillary Clinton.
One of them is standing together against hate, against racism, the ugly poison that has long haunted and plagued our nation.
What? Look at this right here, right? Now, this don't look like no white person, right? And this don't look like the suburbs or some places that people who vote for Donald Trump will live that's doing this type of shit. Ain't no hate Asian crimes going up in Republican cities or states. All Democrat. All Democrat ran. And you can't say they listen to Donald Trump. These motherfuckers don't vote for Donald Trump. They on some other shit.
Police say a 65-year-old woman was walking to church when a man punched and kicked her while shouting anti-Asian slurs. This is Midtown Manhattan. You can see the attacker stomping on the woman's upper body and head 3 times.
And look at this. This is a security guard right here. This nigga's a security guard. He looking like, damn. Right? This punk ass nigga, his job is to secure the premises. He don't go out and say stop it. He probably got a gun, mace. He could have billy clubbed the nigga. The police wouldn't have gave a fuck what he would have done. He could have defended that lady. But guess what? He didn't. And guess what? His ass probably black too. You know, something. Look, there's only 3 things you do, 4 things you can do when you see somebody getting their ass whooped. You can jump in, you can call the police, you can ignore it, or your ass can film it. You know what I'm saying? There's only 4 options. And most niggas do now is they film it while they trying to stop it. They try to do all 4. They film it, try to stop it, tell somebody to call the police, and then look up and then act like they don't see it. Oh, somebody stop that. Somebody call the police all the time. You on Facebook Live. Ain't that a bitch?
After she fell onto the sidewalk, a security guard watched the whole time, and then more show up. None stopped the attacker, not one.
Hispanic. They walk like they're Hispanic. They close the door on it, right? They're like, you know what? We don't want to deal with that nigga today. We don't want that problem.
No one helped the woman. One even appeared to close the door on her.
It doesn't matter whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society.
Like, could he be talking about white people that live in Republican neighborhoods? Could he be talking about Democrat kids that live in rich neighborhoods or don't live in them communities? Or could he be talking about black and brown kids that live in the communities that's riddled with crime and gangs and drugs? What kids do you think Joe Biden was talking about?
Today, I can say that because of all of you, many of you sitting right in front of me, you've taken that first step. It's an important step. We heard how too many Asian Americans have been waking up each morning this past year genuinely fearing for their safety.
Ain't that what they said about black folks? Scared to go out the house because the police might shoot them? Ain't this the same thing they said about the black folks last week? We scared to come out the house. You look on CNN, you look up anything about a Black Lives Matter, CNN, the march, and anything like that, they talk about how black people are scared to come out the house because we might get shot. Now the Asians is too. The only motherfuckers ain't scared to go out the house is white folks. You mean to tell me Asians scared to go out the house, black and brown people scared to go out the house, the Muslims, they gonna blow the motherfucking house up, but everybody's scared to come out the house but the white folks. The white folks coming out the house, taking masks off, going to grocery stores with no mask on, getting arrested, marches, rallies, all kind of shit. I don't give a fuck if they Black Lives Matter or MAGA. They out marching, goddamn it. Everybody outside, everybody gotta stay in the house except white people. White people, think about it. Everybody gotta stay at home and can't go to school except white people. They got mods and pies and private schools and shit. White people are still privileged. During this lockdown, white people are getting more privileged because they getting homeschooled. Niggas getting no school.
Just opening the door and walking down the street.
It was all caught on camera. We have that video. Take a look at that. You can see it did happen in San Leandro. That 80-year-old man being attacked by two younger guys. He managed to get away, but not after he was roughed up. They got away with his Fitbit. Thankfully, he was not seriously injured, but as you can imagine, that peace of mind is gone for this man as well as neighbors.
Them don't look like no white folks to me. Them look like niggas. Huh? Now if the Asian hate crime bill was to go into effect and them dudes was to get arrested, who would that affect? Black folks, just like the crime bill affected black folks. This shit been happening for years. Asian and black crime have been happening for years. Think about this. Think about this. How violent black people are portraying, right? We are the number one I guess the number one assaulters of Asian people, right? You don't hear by no other race, only black people assaulting Asian people, right? We are the number one victims of the police. We are the number one victims of racism. We are the number one victim of inequality, right? We get hated on in this by the Mexicans and Hispanics are coming over here and taking our jobs. You know what I'm saying? We too, our schools are too uneducated. I mean, our schools are not up to par, are not up to standard where we can get a decent education to compete, right? Black people are at the end of every motherfucking totem pole in the world if you believe what the liberals say. Every race affects us. The Asians affect Asians affect us in our fucking buying up shit in our communities. The Mexicans fuck with us because of jobs. The white people stop us from getting jobs. Every race of people or everything that's happening under the sun, the black person is at the bottom of the totem pole. It's more white people on fucking the CARE Act than it is black folks. But the Democrats will never let you know that. They always talk about, oh, there's plenty of black folks and brown folks and shit like that. It's more white folks on the Affordable Care Act, on welfare, on all that shit than it is black folks. Believe that. Believe that. So when you going out here talking about all these motherfucking rights and you fighting for, guess what? When you get rights and you fighting and dying for the little stupid ass rights, you giving white people more rights. Instead of going to school, educating yourself, and getting your motherfucking own, you fight for more rights for everybody to have equality. Guess what? When all tides rise, they tide rise too. And guess what? You still gonna be at the bottom. Huh? Because you want everything to be equal. You want school to be equal. You want learning to be equal. You want jobs to be equal. You want pay to be equal. You want everything to be equal. So why compete for anything? Huh? Guess what? If everything is equal, everything is free. Only the motherfuckers that got a little, and then you try to make a little money, they take that and give it to the motherfuckers on the bottom. So you don't have no incentive to get rich no more because they're going to tax the shit out of you. Guess what? The rich stay rich and the middle class go broke. That's how it goes.
It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons.
Take on your sons. Ha! Ha! They don't take on your son, all right, especially Hunter. If you owe him some fucking money, they're going to take his ass in the trunk somewhere.
And safety for the loved ones. The moms and dads, when they let their kids out the door to go to school, were worried. Attacked, blamed, scapegoated, harassed during this pandemic.
Unless we do...
Like black folks during this pandemic, black folks was dying. It was racist to get the vaccine to the black folks. You know, black folks wasn't gonna get this shot. Black folks was dying the most. Black folks wasn't getting to the hospitals and all this other shit. We was at the bottom of the totem pole of vaccines, right? And coronavirus, everything, right? Now, guess what? Now it done moved to the Asian. The focus done moved off the blacks being the victims of coronavirus, and it done moved into the Asians. Well, guess what, black folks? Asians is more populated, right? Is a higher population than black folks in the United States by 2%. Google it. Their vote is worth more than yours, right? The white folks or the so-called Democrats don't really give a fuck about you beating up the Asians, right? It's not really going to be no crime bill, right? Because let me show you how racist the Democrats is, right? And motherfuckers don't think like this. Let me show you how racist the Democrats is, right? The people who don't like Asians the most is the fucking Democrats. The white liberal fucking man. Because guess what? The Asian man came over here, or the Asian family came over here and represented everything the Democrats want to stand for. The Democrats want to stand for. The Asian family stand for money, work, family. They're the highest percentage of people with wealth in the United States. They got the highest percentage of grades and top A students and college students and shit in the United States. They number one in family-owned business in the United States. They number one in passing shit from generation to generation in the United States. How in the fuck did Asians come over here and do what the fuck the Americans were supposed to do and steal the American dream? So the motherfuckers that hate the motherfucking liberals the most, I mean the Asians the most, is the liberal, because the Asians came over here and came up off of capitalism and conservatism, not communism. They left a communist country. They left a socialist country. They come over here and enjoy capitalism and conservatism. Think about it. They left a place of control. They left all that shit over there. They come over here and live the motherfucking American dream, and they live in it with family, education, money, wealth, generation. They doing it. You don't see too many broke Asian homeless people. When you do, they out of place. Like, look at this Asian motherfucker over there, homeless. The person that hate the Asian people the most is the white liberal man. Believe that. He's jealous of them. ain't no Republican, ain't no conservatives mad at them, because they a perfect example of how conservatism work, how capitalism work. They're a perfect example how people come over here legally and contribute to this fucking country. Legally. I don't know how many illegal. I'm pretty sure there's some over here shipped illegally. But most of them working with businesses and all that shit, do it legally. You can't get mad at that they buy the black businesses in the black neighborhood. Somebody got to do it. If they don't do it, guess who's going to do it? Either the white people or some Mexicans. And then when the Asians ain't got the businesses up in the hood, guess what? The Hispanics got them. It ain't too many niggas. And we got every opportunity that everybody else got. You can't get mad at somebody coming up and putting up a chicken shack in the motherfucking hood and they Asian and they're selling soul food. Guess what? You didn't think of it. You can't get mad at a motherfucker coming to the liquor store. Build a liquor store on your block. Guess what? You didn't do it. They know niggas like liquor and niggas like chicken. You should have done it. And you buy all the time from them. You buy from Susu and Jim and Young and Fang all the motherfucking time.
Do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock.
Huh? How many motherfucking Republican families, conservative Asian families are born out of wedlock, huh? It's niggas were born out of wedlock. These are the people Joe Biden been trying to lock up for years. And he's still trying to lock them up. For years. He getting 2 people out the way. He getting Asians fucked up. And he getting black people out the way.
Without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, because they literally, I yield myself 3 more minutes.
3 more minutes.
Because they literally have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity.
Living in fear for their lives, as I said, just walking down the street.
Ain't that what we doing? Ask somebody if they fear for their life when they walk down the street of Chicago. I can't say Chicago. I say Chicago. I don't say Chicago. That doesn't sound right. Chicago. Ask the people living down the street in Chicago. Chicago, goddammit. Ask the people that live in Chicago, is they afraid to walk down the street? I don't give a fuck if they black, white, Mexican, Asian, whatever the hell it is. They scared the police. They scared to walk down the street in Chicago. They don't have to be Asian. That's what niggas been saying from the Black Lives Matter march. Hey, I'm scared to walk down the street because I'm scared I might get shot by the police. So that reason I'm scared. This is the same speech Joe Biden is going from this person to that person to that person.
Grandparents afraid to leave their homes, even to get vaccinated, for fear of being attacked.
Somebody being attacked. Suspect struck the victims. You know what I'm saying? When they refuse, wait. Damn, why does this thing keep coming up? I can't even read that thing right there. What the hell is that? Oh, the suspect struck the victims after they refused, the New York said, to take off their masks, I think, right? They refused to take off their masks and they got shot. Huh? They refused to take off their... See, that's a she look crazy. She like that girl, she like that girl, that black actor girl that this came out with the movie that was on Ghostbusters. Leslie. She like that lady. Leslie. That big old black lady. That's what she look like. Look at it. She own one. Wig on the ground.
We should focus on them now.
Small business owners targeted and gunned down.
What? It was a police officer gunned down at a Black Lives Matter march. It's all kind of police getting gunned down on the Black Lives Matter march. Why Joe Biden ain't made it a hate crime to shoot and kill the fucking police? Huh? Okay, it's Asian hate crimes. There's no nigga hate crime. Why the hell it can't be a police hate crime? More police done got killed than black people, but it can't be an Asian hate crime bill. I mean, a fucking blue a police matter hate crime bill. If you shoot a police officer in the act of this and act of that, you're gonna get this, and that. We're gonna lock your mama up and she ain't done shit. Shoot an officer, we're gonna lock your mama, your kids, your baby mama, everybody up. That's stipulation. Everybody go to jail. Ralphie, what's up with it? Ralphie in the house. We got Ralphie in the house. Diva Dante, I already called Diva Dante in the house. Little 717 in the house. What's up, little 717 up in the house? Star Jam, I already called Star out. Star in the house. Huh? Think about it. Think about it.
Students worried about two things: COVID-19 and being bullied.
Another attack on an Asian American person in Northern California.
The video was taken at a laundromat near San Francisco's Chinatown on February 23rd. 3 suspects ambushed the 67-year-old man, dragging him to the ground. They kicked and beat him while looking for his wallet. Police say the robbers made off with several $100s. Locally, a movement called Asians with Attitudes has been formed to combat the rise in hate crimes against Asian Americans. Young volunteers are conducting foot patrols in neighborhoods where people of Asian ancestry have been targeted.
Why is they promoting this like it's cool? You got the news like it's all kind of things happen in the world, and they focus on what they want to focus on to come up with a bill. People get shot, mass shootings are happening. Let's get a gun bill. Kids getting abducted. Let's come up with a kids bill. Let's come up with Amber Alert or something like that. You know, whenever something happens and they want to make a law, right? They focus on that part of a story because it's things that happen all the time. School shootings, mass shootings, racism, police shootings. It's things that happen, but they want to focus on what they want to focus on because they want to make a law. We want to focus on the police now. We're going to come up with a George Floyd bill. Think about it. Donald Trump never focused on anything. He focused on positive stuff. He never focused on police. He never focused. The only thing he focused on was making everything better, making the police department better, making the military better, making education better, making everything, making wages better, making our relationship with other countries better. He worked on everything, making shit better, right? This motherfucker want to make everything a racist bill, then come up with, okay, we want to come up with too much gas is doing this. Now we're going to shut down the gas line, and then we're going to let Russia have one. What? And they going to do the same emissions and all this shit we was going to do with our gas line? So what's the difference if Russia do some motherfucking pollution and we do some motherfucking pollution? Timmy, wake up. Let's just sleep. What's the difference?
If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets.
94, 15 years from 94, right? 15 years from 94 was 2000 and what? 2009? When they get in office, 2008? So 15 years, you were talking about the people that the predators were the same people you said 15 years ago was going to be around. Them the same people was a predator when you was vice president. You called them people predators. Think about it. This happened in 94. You were vice president in 08.
Gut-wrenching attacks on some of the most vulnerable people in our nation, the elderly, low-wage workers, women, brutally attacked simply by walking outside or waiting for a bus.
And we attack simply because we are black. We get shot by the police simply because we are black. Remember that, right? It's always a narrative.
The DA's office in charging documents says Ho's death means the suspect, 26-year-old Keontae Bailey of Oakland, now faces special circumstance murder as well as first-degree robbery and assault charges.
That nigga look like the devil. Look at him. This nigga got pyramids on his head from Illuminati. He got somebody, it's like a real baby mama name tattoo on his side. No, that's an RIP, a dead homie. He got a ribbon tied in the middle of his face, a T on one side, a cross on the other side, a P on one side of his neck, a crown in the middle, another E on the side, and that's just his face. Lord have mercy. This nigga look like the devil. Huh? You can tell he hate everybody. He just don't hate Asians. This nigga hate everybody. I'm pretty sure he done assaulted a couple of Hispanics and a couple of white folks too. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing about black folks, right? When we are racist, we're racist against everybody. We don't like Mexicans, white folks, or Asians. So everybody gets it. Some people have that hate up in them. Like, I don't like nobody white, Mexican. I like all black. I done hung around them motherfuckers. I've been in prison with some of them motherfuckers. I done gangbanged with some of them motherfuckers. I don't like no white folks. I don't like if they don't trust white folks, and they don't trust none of them for different reasons, right? They don't trust white folks because they think white folks always trying to take advantage of them. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of them in some kind of way. Because usually when white folks deal with niggas in the hood, it's some type of business. Contracts, signings, housing leases, something, you know what I'm saying, something major. You know, work. They don't trust Mexicans, right? Because Mexicans in the community and Mexicans stick to themselves. Mexicans are family and gangs. They really don't fuck with blacks. So blacks and Mexicans don't fuck with each other. Go to prison, and they be cool on the street. The same Mexican you cool with on the street, you get into a ride with in prison, he probably stabbed you. Right? And then Asians, you don't trust them because you think they're stealing your money. You think they come to your hood, buying up your property, charging you high-ass prices, you know what I'm saying, and not giving you opportunity. You want a free shit, you want lower price, you want all that. They're jacking up the price, doing all that shit, and you think they're taking advantage. So you hate everybody. And you don't trust niggas because niggas don't trust you. So, cold way to live.
This is a mugshot of the suspect taken during an unrelated arrest. The DA claims Bailey hit Ho with a closed fist, causing the man to hit his head on the pavement in this neighborhood on Jane Avenue. Police are still trying to determine if this was an attack fueled by hate or just a crime of opportunity.
I think it's a crime of opportunity. I think that dude would have fucked anybody up. You know, I don't think he was specifically looking for Asian, right? Because they didn't say he said nothing Asian hateful. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you, such. He didn't say none of that, right? So this probably was a crime of opportunity because, I know when dudes go out and they was robbing somebody, they didn't rob black people. They robbed any other race. A crime of opportunity. They go to Asian town, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna rob an Asian. They break in Asian houses, right? A lot of black folks break in Asian houses, right? They call it flocking where I'm from, right? They say Asians keep their money in the house. So a lot of black people where I'm from, flock. If you look up flocking or you hear somebody say something about flocking, it's really about breaking in Asian people's houses and stealing their shit. They keep a lot of jewelry in their house, a lot of private. They got a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of black people from the hood go flocking. You know what I'm saying? Tie Asians up, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Now, if you want to say something, you should have been talking about Asian hate crime a long time ago when black folks are running up in these Asian houses and running up in these businesses. When you rob a store, when you rob somebody, you go to an Asian store. So this shit, this Asian hate crime, this is nothing new. Most of this is a crime of opportunity because I'm pretty sure if a crackhead wanted to get high, he gonna rob anybody in that motherfucking store. He don't give a fuck if they black, white, Mexican, Asian, Muslim, none of that. He gonna rob everybody because it's a crime of opportunity. He's not gonna go out of the neighborhood, or if somebody else want to rob a neighborhood, a store that's out of their neighborhood, they gonna come to yours. They don't give a fuck if you're white, black, Mexican, anybody. If it's a crime of opportunity, they gonna do it. I know niggas who rob niggas for dope and go to fucking 7-Eleven and rob their ass for money. They don't give a fuck if it's a crime of opportunity. They don't give a fuck if it's 7-Eleven with a Mexican, a Muslim, or anybody. They're gonna do it. A bank or all that. They gonna rob a bank. They don't go up in there and say, I'm only gonna rob the white and the and the Muslim tellers, I'm not gonna rob no black tellers. They robbed the whole bank. Everybody lay down. Bitch, you too.
That society has, in fact, in part because of its neglect, created.
And the conversation we had in Atlanta is one we're hearing all across the country, that all of this hate hides in plain sight.
How is the hate hiding in plain sight? Right? We know where the hate coming from. You look up on First 48. I look at First 48 all the time. All you see is black folks going to jail, shooting each other, robbing each other, 18, 19-year-old, dying at an alarming rate. You be like, the most vicious crimes for the most dumbest reasons. And you be like, this can't be going on, man. This youngster done lost his life. Every day is a different episode. They locking niggas up for the most vicious crimes. And this is only in 1, 2, or 3 cities. These are not even the most violent cities like LA, New York, Houston, Dallas, New Orleans. These are not even these cities. This is crazy.
Again, it does not mean because we created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them.
Now, you want to protect your family and mine from you. I mean, you want to protect your family and theirs from us, right? Now you want to do the same thing for Asian families.
It hides in plain sight.
We have some new video tonight of an elderly man who was pushed to the ground in Oakland's Chinatown by a suspect who police say went on to assault 2 more victims. Seen this before? You're right. It's just the latest in a string of attacks against Asian Americans across the Bay Area.
And too often, it is met with silence. Silence by the media, silence by our politics, and silence by our history.
The media only talk about what they want to talk about. They want to talk about police killing. They talk about police killing. They want to talk about, that was all hot last week, people getting shot by the police. Every time you turn around, people get shot by the police. You mean to tell me people just stopped getting shot by the police recently? Why is there no big stories on when people shoot the police? 90-something police officers, I think, got killed last year. Why hasn't been a big story on them? It's always a big story on when a cop shoots somebody unjustly. But it's never a big story when a fucking police gets shot, killed unjustly. You never hear a big investigation. You never see no video, no none of that shit. You never see the suspect go to court. None of that. They show it on the news. Oh, the dude ran in the house and protected a lady, and the officer shot. Oh, and it's over with. Go on to the next story. They don't interview the family. They don't put the family cash app up. Like, if you want to help the family of this slain officer, this is the cash app you go to. They don't do none of that shit. But let somebody die, you know what I'm saying, on here, or Black Lives Matter, something like that. They'll put the cash app up, have the family interview the family, and let them talk about the police, all kind of shit. But they don't interview the police family.
They are beyond the pale, many of those people.
And this is a suspect police are looking for this morning. NYPD saying around 11:30 Sunday morning, a 37-year-old woman was heading to an anti-Asian violence protest. And so this man then came up to her here in Astor Place and asked her about a sign that she was holding.
Now this nigga look black, but he look a little mixed. He got good hair and a nappy ass beard. You don't really know, but his ass is black. He a little too damn dark to be any other color. He could have done something. He don't want to do nothing.
He then took it from her. He tried to kind of cram it into a garbage can, but then he ended up putting it on the ground, stomping on it. At least then the woman asked why he was doing this. Then they punched her twice, closed fist, hit her hard. He then ran off to the subway.
For more people in communities of color, there are language and cultural barriers in how to communicate what's happening to them.
It's them differences in every fucking race. You got that with the Mexicans. You got that. It's plenty of Hispanics that walk up to me, don't know no English, and get to talking and pointing shit. And like, I know what the fuck they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And they get to talking. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. You be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But you tell them about some motherfucking dollar sign, like how much is this? 99 cents. No, 99 cents. How much is this? $1.25. But you say anything else, they know what the fuck you talking about. You come up with a number for a price on a product, they know exactly. They give you the change and everything. Numbers is the only thing that is worldwide known. Language is numbers is a language of money. If you can know numbers, you can talk to anybody in any fucking language. If you know numbers, think about it. You can come up with some kind of communication with any fucking race. I don't give a fuck what race it is. If y'all both know numbers.
This law is going to make a difference. For example,
Beyond the pale. And it's a sad commentary on society. We have no choice but to take them out of society.
it will also help states create hotlines for hate crimes at state and local levels that will be accessible for people with limited English proficiency.
Right? Take them out of society. How? You create task force. They have motherfuckers telling these people, black people. Every time you see it's a black person. Black folks, look, think about this. Every time you look on the news and there's something awful done happen, either a black person done it, or a black person is a victim, a black person is lied, or a black person is accused. If it ain't a black person, damn it, it's Donald Trump. Ain't nobody else. There's no other story. Either something is happening to black folks, by black folks, or it's fucking Donald Trump. Case closed. Russian collusion, Donald Trump. George Floyd, black folks. Jussie Smollett, black folks. Donald Trump. What other hot story was? Every other hot story. Who else we got in the house? We got Colonel Corn in the house. What's up, Colonel Corn? Up in the house, just came up in the building. What's up, Neil McLean? Neil McLean, what's up with it, Neil? Who else we got up in there? You know what I'm saying? Think about this.
And it provides resources for training for state and local law enforcement to identify, investigate, and report these heinous crimes.
We must make the streets safer. I don't care why someone is a malfactor in society.
Police released this new photo of the suspect wanted for brutally kicking a 61-year-old Asian man. Surveillance video of the attack is so graphic, we had to freeze it. It shows the attacker repeatedly stomping on the victim's head as he lies motionless on the ground.
Now, if you look up Becky's, and like it was a little girl, it was a female, a black woman that's whooped a white girl ass at Little Caesars Pizza, right? That's considered a hate crime. You know, if you look up any fights on the internet, you can look up white versus black fights all the fucking time. Mostly women. Black women beating the shit out of women, white women beating the shit out of Asian women, beating the shit out of Mexicans. Where I'm from, in Los Angeles, black women go after a lot of Hispanic women. You see a lot of black and Hispanics fights. You know what I'm saying? But I guess in other places you see black and Asians fight. I guess where you live in Oakland, there's a lot of Asians out there. You know what I'm saying? And Long Beach, there's a lot of Asians out there. You know, in different places of California, there's a lot of Asians out there. But not where I'm at, there's a lot of Hispanics. So you really see blacks and Hispanics get into it. Like if I go outside right now, I'm not worried about no Asian. I'm worried about a Hispanic. Them motherfuckers outside in the parking lot right now, deep.
But of all the good the law can do, we have to change our hearts.
How in the fuck is you gonna make somebody change their heart with a law? How? Like you have to change your heart. Like you sign a law and it's automatically gonna make somebody stop hating. No, they're gonna get safer with their hate, but they still gonna fucking hate. And if they feel an opportunity they can get away with something, they still gonna fucking do it. Any law that's like you saying, you signing a law saying you gonna take everybody M16, and you think everybody gonna give you the M16? No. Just because you sign a fucking law don't mean the shit is gonna stop happening. Just because you sign a bill don't mean police are gonna stop making mistakes. Stop fucking people up. Now, just because you sign a law don't mean the niggas gonna stop running from the police. The niggas gonna mind. Niggas gonna automatically start communicating with the police, treating the police better. No, laws don't mean shit. People break laws every fucking day. So you can sign any Asian bill you want to. People don't give a fuck. They crazy out here in these streets.
We have to change the hearts of the American people. Hate can, I mean this from the bottom of my heart.
Motherfucker, look. Do you see how he changed? I mean this from the bottom of my heart. But back in 94, you was angry. You was mad. Now you want to have a heart. Back then, you didn't have a motherfucking heart. You were talking about lock a motherfucker up forever. These motherfuckers are crack babies. They don't deserve nothing. Now you have a heart? When did you get a motherfucking heart?
Hate can be given no safe harbor in America.
Look at this.
I mean it.
I don't care why someone is antisocial. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation to cordon them off from the rest of society.
And now, is that showing anybody any type of love? He talking about having it in your heart, and you got to show love. Now, is this showing any kind of compassion? You talking about taking them out of society completely. How is you spreading love on any type of level, Joe Biden?
Try to help them. Try to change the behavior.
No safe harbor. It can't be dismissed. Like, well, that's just what happens.
That's why we do in this bill. We have drug treatment and we have other treatments to try to deal with it. But they are in jail.
Look, how was this love? This is a whole different show.
May 27th, but this case all stems back to an incident on March 17th. Now, as we reported, the owner of a Houston beauty supply store says that she was punched in the face by a customer who made racial insults. Jun Kim says that the attack left her bloody and bruised with a broken nose. In an interview on Tuesday, the owner tells KPRC that she asked Keandra Young and Daquisha Williams, as well as 3 other women, to leave her store after they knocked over several wig displays. But Williams, who was in court today, tells us that's not the case. She says she believes that the group was profiled, and she tells us that she was only trying to break up the situation.
In the video, I simply grabbed my cousin off of this woman. I even told her it's not worth it. We're better than this. And when we're getting out of the door, I'm still trying to grab my cousin. But they're saying I'm hitting. They made it seem like I hit people and I did it.
You gotta speak up.
Now you can lie on, look, now you can lie on black folks about Asian hate, and your ass gotta go to court. You can clearly see this lady right here was trying to break up the fight. You can clearly see her trying to break it up. She didn't even see the girl for the swing at her. Look at it. She breaking her up. That look like she's swinging on the lady. They got a clear video of this shit, right? Now, any lawyer can see this.
May 27th, but this case all stems back to an incident on March 17th. Now, as we
now she turned around. Now
reported, the owner of a
no swing
Houston beauty supply store says
she pulling her.
That she was punched in the face by a customer who made racial insults. Jun Kim says that the attack.
I don't know what happened at the door, but from right there, like she was pulling her. Now you can lie on somebody black and say they have a hate crime. Look, back turn when she punched her.
Situation.
In the video, I simply.
Too bad your ass going to jail. Is Joe Biden Asian hate crime, baby girl?
It's on all of us. All of us together to make it stop. My message is,
how is signing a bill gonna get it to stop? You targeting one group, saying if you have any incident with this group, we're gonna sign a hate crime on your ass. Just like if I get in a fight with a gay dude, you gonna hit me with a hate crime. I can't get in a mutual combat with a gay dude because he can say I got at him because of his sexuality preference, and now I got a hate crime on a mutual combat. Think about it. They doing the same thing to Asians as they done to gays. Get into a fight with a gay dude right now and let him say, some shit like you called him out his name and you called him this and that, and y'all got into it. Your ass is going to jail for a hate crime. He not. Let you get into it with an Asian right now. Go to their store and they can disrespect you and do anything they want to, and you say anything smart to them or get in any kind of mutual combat to them with them or some shit like that. They can disrespect you any kind of way they want to, and you can't do shit about it. Do something about it, and you got a hate charge. Who you think paying the Democrats putting money in their pocket?
To all of those who think this doesn't matter to them, or this is not a problem, look around.
Away from my mother, your husband, our families. But we would be absolutely stupid as a society.
Now listen, that's the old Joe. We would be stupid as a society if we let these niggas roam the street. We don't lock these niggas up. Now the new Joe, this is the new Joe.
Look in the mirror. Look in the eyes of your children. Every one of us are lessened. Every one of us are lessened. And we're all hurt by this hate.
Shoved a 52-year-old woman to the ground outside a bakery in Queens, causing her to hit her head so hard she needed at least a half dozen stitches.
Yeah, that victim, at least the third Asian woman assaulted in New York City in the last 2 days alone. And tonight her family tells News 4's Gilma Avalos what happened seconds before that shove.
The security video shows part of the disturbing confrontation. A man throwing a box at an Asian woman, then shoving her into a row of newspaper boxes. This is a...
After I saw this, I said, you know what? It's over with. They got white folks assaulting the police. I mean, assaulting Asian people. You know what? I done seen it all. This is the last shit I'm going to do tonight. Like, a white person doing it. Now, just not... I tricked you. You thought it was all white or black people, but there's some white folks out there that's acting like niggas in white folks' neighborhood too. Now he done this shit probably to add to like some copycat shit. You know, I'm gonna get into it and put my Asian hate in too. He probably has some deep rooted shit like the boy in Atlanta. Just wanted to do something to somebody.
Clear look at the man police are searching for, whose red sunglasses and clothes stand out.
He's white.
You know this guy? He got some fresh Jordans on.
The victim's children taking to social media to share the pictures of the man.
If we didn't recognize the condition that nurtured those folks still exist.
You still exist. Huh? Where all them folks go, Joe? Where all them folks go? I'm one of them folks. In 94, crime bill, you was talking about me. I graduated in 1994. So I was at the height of the middle of my game banging in 1994. I graduated high school. So all that person you was talking about niggas like me. I was one of the people that was that if I would have got caught or something like that, would have been part of the 94 crime bill. I actually had to fight a case where they tried to bring up a juvenile case and try to give me a strike as an adult. So that 94 crime bill you're talking about and you signed affected niggas like me. Affected my uncle who's in prison today, who went to prison in 1994 under that crime bill and ain't been out since for a robbery. For a fucking robbery. 54 fucking years for a fucking robbery. Under Joe Biden 94 crime bill. They went to his juvenile case, got his juvenile record, gave him 2 strikes for that, he got an adult robbery, and they struck him out for that, gave him 25 lives plus 4 years. For a fucking robbery under Joe Biden crime bill. Been in jail since 1994. I got homeboys that have been to jail for murder and then got out. I know homeboys I got 3 homeboys from the same neighborhood that went to jail for murder after that and then got out. Murder. And because and laws change for different cases and shit, and some things got to change. Some simple things got to change for my uncle to get out after doing fucking what he done since 1994. What is that? 30-something years. Huh? Almost 30 fucking years for a robbery? You only do 25 life for murder.
And we must deal with that.
Words have consequences, as the senator knows.
And your words
he
did
breaches
too,
it. He understands it. Consequences. But silence is complicity. Silence is complicity.
Because if you keep speaking it up, guess what? They can keep on saying they get fighting. Oh, keep on showing it on the news. Keep on making these bills. Keep on having these marches. Keep on having these interviews. Keep on doing this. Guess what? They're going to put Asians ahead of black because right now, the Asian vote is way more popular than the motherfucking black vote. Because guess what? They didn't say Asians don't have IDs. They're a minority. I ain't never heard them say an Asian or Hispanic got trouble getting a fucking ID. It's only the black folks. Only the black folks got trouble finding IDs. The other people live in the same community have no problems with the same access that Democrats say black folks don't have the access to. They said black folks don't have internet. So we're going to put $150 billion into broadband where we can give black people access. That's not for access. That's a spy on you, stupid. Everybody I know got internet. I know where to get it from. The only person I know ain't got internet is crackheads. Huh? You talking about China? Let them put some of these motherfucking things up where they can listen to your every sound. Hear everything you do. They already got it. They only need a couple of more things to complete it. That's one of the next steps. Put up broadband everywhere. So anything they sign into, guess what? We'll have the fucking information. It'll go straight to the government.
And we cannot be complicit.
So I'm going to ask, what made them do this? They must be taken off the street.
We have to speak out. We have to act. That's what you've done. And I can't thank you enough. I'm proud today. I'm proud today.
See, they told Joe to do it different. The same hatred, Joe, the same bills, they try a different angle. We know there's some racist shit against blacks, but if you make it sound sensitive, right? Because you're not pointing out who the Asians getting attacked by. You just pointing out they get attacked. Who are attacking these Asians? Who, Joe?
Of the United States. I'm proud today of our political system, the United States Congress. I'm proud today that Democrats and Republicans have stood up together to say something.
I'll be forever rocking 33. What's up with it? Dumbest and racist president ever to exist. You right about that. I'll be forever. You damn right about that. That nigga is the dumbest president ever. Ever. Betty Boop, what's up with you? Betty Boop in the house, long time. View, Betty Boop in the house, what's up with you?
Uniquely a product of a document that says we hold these truths to be self-evident. Every time
Look, he angry.
we're silent. Every time
he angry.
We let hate flourish. We make a lie of who we are as a nation. I mean it literally.
He always say that shit. No, I mean this literally. I mean it literally. No, folks, no hyperbole. I mean this literally. No, folks, I'm not joking. I mean this literally. He always means something literally. I'm not joking. I mean this literally. Come on, it's literally. Come on, Joe. Why you gotta convince us you telling the truth? And you not joking. No, I mean this literally.
We cannot let the very foundation of this country continue to be eaten away.
We have no choice but to take them out of society. And the truth is, we don't very well know how to rehabilitate them at that point.
Joe, have you came up with a plan to rehabilitate us niggas yet? Huh? Have you came up with a plan to rehabilitate us niggas? Oh, I really don't have a plan. Let me get up out of here. That was the show for tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably be back tomorrow. You know, I will be hosting a free raffle tomorrow on if you subscribe to my comedy page. I got a comedy page on Instagram. It's called Clown Now, Laugh Later. I'll be putting them clips of my videos and stuff. I'm gonna be putting up clips of my videos on that page. You know what I'm saying? You can be in the raffle. It's a free raffle. All you gotta do is subscribe to that page. We automatically gonna put you in the raffle. So if you want to be in that raffle, we'll send the stuff to you. It is Clown Now, Laugh Later. Don't ask me how he came up with the title for that. It's Clown Now, Laugh Later. It sound good as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It don't make too much sense, but it sound good. Ain't nobody got the name. You know what I'm saying? We done marketed the market. So it's Clown Now, Laugh Later on Instagram. Please subscribe to that. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't, you know what I'm saying? Please, I need my viewers up on that too. Get looking out on that if you haven't. I'm pretty sure you haven't because this is my first time fucking telling you. Anyway, let me get about this bitch. I'm hungry as shit and my girl is asleep. She over here farting and shit. Sleep. Well, I know she sleeps. She ain't heard that shit. Well, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm finna go out and cheat. I'm finna go buy some coochie. That's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, the show's over. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. Captain Curry. Who was that? Pooswai, don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Mark Howard, what's up with you? Neil, what's that? Neil McLean, what's up with you? I'm up out of here. Star, I'm up out of here. Colonel Corn, I'm up out of here. Ralphie, I'm up out of here. Betty Boo, Brandy, Mark, I'm up out of here. Jennifer, I'm up out of here. Little 717, I'm up out of here. Who else we got up in here? That's all we got up in here chatting. You know what I'm saying? I'll be forever rocking 33. I'm up out of here. And anybody else that was in the chat, RJ man, I'm up out of here. Who else up in the chat? You know, who else up in the chat? You know, I don't see nobody else in the chat. We got a family up here. Y'all gotta come on into the family. We have more viewers than that. Y'all gotta come on in out the rain to this family. Y'all gotta come on in. All comments are welcome, even if you don't even if you don't like what we say. All comments are welcome. I'll be back tomorrow with no more black news. I'm out.